Identity verification used to be the F word for friction and now is the T word for trust. How have your customers shaped your digital approach?
There have been a couple of changes. So one, people are very much more willing to provide information because they understand that doing things remotely, all of a sudden now, that they have to provide more information on who they are. One of the key things we've also seen changing is that people are willing to wait. Where in the past, an online service had to be instant, and now all of a sudden they understand that although much more automation is taking place, they understand that there are more people involved, there's queues, there's processing times, and that they're perfectly okay with waiting 4 or 5 minutes as long as the service continues to work. And what we've seen also from a user perspective is that it's very important to have human interaction. So once they reach out for support, having a chatbot won't work. They want to interact with a human being because there is no social interaction anymore. So they want to have the feeling that someone else is helping them out as a person instead of a machine. More and more people are confronted with identity fraud in general, and slowly understanding that whatever they do online also imposes a certain threat. People are more willing, as a user, to accept that friction and think it's more important to trust the other party where you're providing that information instead of in the past where you just want to go through, right? So one of the key things that we did was don't ask the user for information that's irrelevant for the transaction. If you want to buy a book on Amazon, I really don't need a copy of your passport. But if you're trying to get a life insurance signed up online, people will perfectly understand that they'll need to provide some evidence about who they are. So it strongly depends on the service and the service design.